It's time for the draw preview at Indian Wells, and it's already kicked off. We are late, we was at work, but we're here today to go through the 4 quarters. We can't quite go round by round, but we'll be giving you our quarter-finalists, our semi-finalists, and the eventual champion.
We're back for another draw preview, and make sure to play along at home. This one a little bit more unconventional because the tournament has started and we've got the big quarter. I'm sure everybody be waiting to see how we pick that one. Djokovic and Alcaraz in the same one. We will be going through all of the quarters. Zverev is the number 1 seed though, JG, for this one. Is he going to be getting nervous again, knowing that the number 1 spot in the rankings is up for grabs?
Yeah, obviously you know the draw a lot better than me because you did the draw reaction for the men's. I did it for the women's. But the big talking point is the fact that Djokovic and Alcaraz yet again in the same quarter. And it doesn't seem to matter what the seeding's like. They always seem to appear near each other. Someone put a tweet out the other day.
Yeah.
And it just showed all the last events and how they're always close to each other in the draw. Of course, I'm not complaining because I think it does make great viewing. It is a really exciting matchup. Some would say the most exciting in tennis right now. I think Sinner has to be a component in that for it to be the most exciting. But certainly a match I hope to see, especially knowing the history of this event, because a young Carlos Alcaraz has been very, very successful here over the years. Let's bring up the stuff. So you can see Carlos Alcaraz has won the last 2. In 2022, he lost to Nadal in the semis, played quite a good tournament. We had a weird year just over after COVID with Nori beating Bashashvili. But usually, this is the 5th slam. This is an event won by some of the very best players in the world. Djokovic has won it 5 times. Federer has won it 5 times as well. Is Alcaraz going to win it for his 3rd time, 3 times in a row?
Seems like this in Wimbledon, doesn't it? He's going for 3 in a row on both of those tournaments, and they're both completely different surfaces as well. I know that this one is supposed to have sped up a little bit, but by the sounds of people watching the qualifying, they said it doesn't look much faster than normal. So he'll probably be very happy to hear that. Daniel Medvedev will be spitting feathers, I'm sure, if it is very, very slow again. And I don't think it will suit Zverev, to be honest, either, if it's very, very slow. This is the one thing. Sasha Zverev has an opportunity right now. Obviously, last year, Jannik Sinner in the Sunshine Double got to the semi-final at Indian Wells, won Miami. He's dropping all those points this year. And now Zverev has an opportunity. If he was to do well in both of these events, imagine he won both of them, he could get that number 1 spot. I don't think it's going to happen, though. That's my personal opinion. Let us know in the comments section if you think that Zverev's going to have a good Sunshine Double. What do you reckon? Zverev, maybe?
No, not for me.
No? Okay.
I'm going in a different direction completely. I think Zverev is a number 1 seed or a number 1, or with there's pressure on him, he never succeeds. We've seen it in Grand Slams. He's a top player, but I just don't think he deals well with being close to number 1 in the world or a number 1 seed. Let's look at the qualifiers next, because there's one qualifier I want to pick out. And do you know who I'm talking about?
I do not, but go for it. Tell me.
It is Carreño Busta, someone we've spoke about many times on the podcast, of course. Someone who used to be a top player. He's now outside the top 100. He's had a few injuries and not been on tour much last year. But he's won back-to-back challenger titles in Spain, in Tenerife, one of the islands, the Canary Islands. And now got through the qualifying as well, beating Svajda and Galarenu from Canada. I think he is finding his form again. And when Carreño Busta finds his form on a hard court, he can be a very dangerous player and someone to watch in the qualifying. Aside from that, I had a look through the other qualifiers. There's none I really want to shout home about. Radu Albert, at least he snapped the losing streak, but then lost in the last round anyway. I think he lost 7 or something matches in a row before winning his first qualifying match.
Crazy.
But yeah, he's out, so can't speak about him. I think Carreño Busta, we'll find out where he is in the draw in a second. He's the 0-1 for me, which is the most dangerous qualifier.
Yeah, I mean, it's somebody who's been to the semi-finals in Indian Wells before, back in 2017, so knows the courts well. And if he's in
they're
good
different
form,
courts.
yeah, well, maybe it suits him more, this one. Who knows? Maybe he goes all the way to the final this year. We don't know. Like you said, beating Garlano. I don't know much about
Different time.
Garlano, but certainly a person to watch out for. I didn't realise that Carreño Busta was in such good form coming into this. So that's a nice, interesting JG stat there. Thanks for that one. Should we have a look at the actual draw proper and go from Zverev's section? We'll start from his. We'll carry on the whole of the top, and then we'll go all the way down to the bottom for Alcaraz. I think we'll finish on the Alcaraz and Djokovic one. What do you think?
Sounds good. Apologies, guys. We can't go the round by round. It's purely because we're too late and we've got no access to any of the draws. So this is the only way we can do the draw preview.
Yes.
But feel free to play along at home. Of course, the event has started, but there's not been many big matches yet. A lot of them will kick off tomorrow.
Yeah. So Zverev, he is the number 1 seed, as I've harped on about already. Last year, only made it to the quarterfinals, where he got pretty much demolished by Carlos Alcaraz, 6-3, 6-1. Will he have a better showing here? We've got an actual match that's actually on at the moment, which is Kecmanovic versus Griekspoor. They're playing right now, and I think they're into a third set. I mean, before the match started, I would have gone definitely Griekspoor. I think I'm going to stick with Griekspoor. I'm going to go with him to win the third.
Yeah, we're not going round by round though, are we?
No, we can just say, because there's some good players in here, but I think just have a look at these sections and just
I'm not going to pick a winner on every match for sure. The only one I'm going to pick is Marizan to beat Martinez. I really believe that's going to happen.
Okay, well, that has already happened. That's why. It's like mystic, but mystic person who already knows the results. Yeah, right. Okay.
It took you a moment.
No, that's it. Well, I had to click onto the other screen to check the scores because I saw he was playing earlier. That's like saying I actually would have picked Basavaredi to win, and I'm surprised he's actually got knocked out in straight sets by Boo.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah,
I would have gone Basavaredi as well.
Exactly. So looking down this already, Basavaredi is out. So we'll have a little look here. I think, like you said, Malazan, good one. Griekspoor, good one. I think Zverev will be okay in this section, though. I think he will beat Griekspoor if it does come through. Yep. And I think Mpechi Perikar could be a real dangerous
good match
floater there.
Some big serving in that one. But I believe Zverev can advance at the top a little bit. At the bottom, I'm just seeing Thomas Mahatch at the moment. You're not showing the full amount, but I'm tempted to go with him. And yes, I can confirm I will be. I think he's going to be the person who advances on that bottom section.
I think it's a really good call. I really like that. But TFO in America, I still think Mahatch is playing a lot better. I think that he's growing. I don't know if TFO is growing as a player still. I'm actually going to go Mpechi Perikar to actually knock out Zverev in this little section. I just think it's going to be a big serving performance. No. And then I think he's going to play Thomas Mahatch in the 4th round. Okay,
over to the other side. You've said, if you start at the bottom, that Tsitsipas is back. Sure. He's got a new racket and he's playing well and he's going to be here. And you got all excited the other day.
I did.
I said, calm your horses, big time. I don't have him advancing here. And I think Berrettini will win this little section and beat Tsitsipas.
Well, I think I have calmed down. Yeah, that was it. I was trying to calm myself down a little bit there. I'm getting ready for next week. The Cheltenham, the Raw is going to be coming. I am actually still on the horse a little bit though for Tsitsipas. I don't think he's going to be tired.
He did beat Berrettini in Dubai.
Exactly. I heard some people saying, he's going to be tired. Mahatch is going to be tired. I don't think so. I think they're going to ride the wave of confidence into Indian Wells. And I think that the conditions may suit Tsitsipas. So I think that he'll do it again. I think he'll beat Berrettini again as well in that little section.
And at the top, I have no hope for Runa. Let me know if people agree in the comments. I don't think we're going to see a good tournament from him. I think we'll see some of the best of him towards the end of the year. But right now, it doesn't fill me with confidence, and I'd probably edge towards an Umber.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that. And Nishikori's through, just in case anyone was wondering. So we're going to get Nishikori Umber. Maybe Nishikori could be a surprise. I mean, he's had to go to 3 to knock out
Good
Munar.
result to beat Munar.
Munar's actually been pretty good.
He has been good,
last few weeks. So I think that's a decent result. And we just had Muller knocked out, and he's been actually in good form.
Good one.
Seboc Wild has knocked him out. So that is Tsitsipas's first opponent is Seboc Wild. I think he will beat him. I think he'll beat Berrettini. I think Tsitsipas, I'm going to have Tsitsipas winning this quarter, I think.
Okay, so you're going to have Tsitsipas from that side, Zverev. No, not Zverev on the other side. Who are you having on the other side?
I think I'm going to have, I think it's going to be Mahat, yeah. So
I'm going for one maybe a little bit more predictable. I'm going to have Zverev advancing on that side and Berrettini. So that's my opening quarter.
Who would you have winning out of that, or are you going to come back to it?
We'll come back. Or do you want to do the winner of it?
Yeah, I think go for the winner now.
Okay, Berrettini. Berrettini's knockout Zverev. I'm expecting a big tournament from him.
Don't forget, no Yannick Sinner. He needs to step up to the plate.
We need an Italian doing well. And Matteo Berrettini is going to be flying the flag for Yannick Sinner.
I think he won another award for hottest male tennis player. I think 10 years running or something he's going at the moment. But well done to him for another trophy in the cabinet.
He beat Dimitrov, did he?
Yeah, I'm not sure who else is in the running. I think he just has his own thing going, Berrettini. Maybe it's Arthur, what's his name? Arthur Fees. Maybe he gives him a little bit of a run. But Dimitrov, I think, maybe getting a little bit older now. He's going to have to pass the mantle over a bit. Right, let's move on to the next one. Casper Ruud is the man here. Looks like he's got a nose ring in this.
It's a cow.
A little bit, doesn't it? Is that? I'm going to zoom in a little bit.
What's that snot?
No, I don't know what it is, to be honest. I think it's just the lighting, isn't it? I don't know what that is. It's a bit strange. Anyway, it's snot. God, what is this? Just lowered the standards. Right.
He's just seen Nadal the other side of the net on a clay court and started snotting at the nose.
How does Casper Ruud normally get on Indian Wells? That's the big question.
Means nothing, Ben. It's a different surface this year. It's a different court.
It's not that much.
Stop looking into it too much. All the historical stuff is good in some ways, and I agree with you. This is not one of them. This is a new court they've laid, different conditions. We don't know what's going to happen. We've already seen Basavredi go out. I mean, what more do you need? You know?
I mean, I'm convinced already. Yeah, it's completely different. Looking through this,
Poprin wins. Poprin's got it.
Poprin takes out. Yeah, could take out Casper Ruud here. We've got Arthur Fees here. Musetti. Could this suit Musetti, this one? He's got a new haircut.
Yeah, so Opelka, he's not had a bad start to the year, beating Djokovic early doors. I'm going to go for Lorenzo Musetti, though, at the bottom. And I am going to go for Poprin at the top. So I'm going to have a Musetti Poprin with Ruud not coming out that little bit.
So you've got a Musetti bottom and a Poprin top.
Yep.
Love it. Okay. It's very difficult to pick. I might go for an Opelka to have a little run. Opelka bottom.
Fees is better than Opelka. Yeah, if they were to play, then Fees beats him.
Know what he's capable of. Opelka, if he just turns it on and serves well, it's just he's an impossible task. He's like a mountain to get over. No pun intended. I think Casper Ruud from the top as well. So moving down
as well. Top, I didn't have Ruud.
I'll have Casper Ruud to add to my one which is Opelka. So I'll have Ruud and Opelka on this side, and on the other side we got Tommy Paul, which is very, very exciting to see him back in America. Lehechka, another good one now. Who
Ooh.
else we got? Mickelson as well. Oh, Medvedev.
So Medvedev's section's so nice, in my opinion. I don't see Mickelson troubling too much, and I think Medvedev is a banker for that bottom bit. For the top, I'm going to surprise you massively. So the seeds you've got are Lehechka and Tommy Paul. I
Yeah.
don't think either of them are going to advance. Have a guess who I'm going to go with.
Nardi, probably.
Nope, Cam Norrie.
Ah, here we go.
I am going for a real wild card, just crazy one. Norrie performs well in the US. He likes hard courts and he likes playing in the US. I think he could just all come together for him, and we see a really good event from Cameron Norrie, who was the finalist here 3 years ago. Champion a few years ago.
Yeah, didn't he beat? Was it Basashvili?
Yeah, we said it on a second ago.
Yeah. I couldn't remember. I didn't want to go back and check. Right, Medvedev's not being great form. I don't know if that's going to play a factor. He obviously lost to Felix in Doha. He lost to Medvedev in Marseille. He lost to Bellucci.
So you're not going to have Medvedev? Wow.
He's been in the final the last 2 years. So even...
That's crazy that you've not got him winning that bottom bit.
Whoa.
I can't believe you've done that.
Well, I haven't said anything yet. Stop trying to put words in my mouth. I actually, despite all of that, if it is a bit quicker, and if JG's new, the courts are super fast, then Medvedev's going to be loving it. And now he's playing Boo. That's so Boo to you. And I think that he'll beat Boo, and I think he'll beat Mickelson, and then I think it's going to be Lehechka. But yeah, I think he will beat Lehechka as well, and that he'll be on this side for me.
Oh, thanks, Ben. You really took me around the houses there. Nice scenic route. So Medvedev not looking very good, lower confidence, but yeah, he's going to win everything.
Well, you got.
Do you have him winning the whole event?
What, like the Australian Open? That went well for me. went out to Tien. My wild card. Let's not forget about him.
Tien's looking good.
Well, let's wait and see where he is in the draw. And Jahol Fonseca.
Okay, so you've gone for
Medi
and Lehechka, and Medi advancing.
Yes.
And on the other side, who's winning that one? I don't think you said.
I think it's going to be Casper Ruud to beat Opelka, sadly.
So you're going for the seeds. Yeah. Medi Ruud. Okay, yeah, I'm going to have Musetti, obviously, here. But I'm having Musetti beating Popprint. Ooh. So Musetti advancing from that side. And on this one, it's between Norrie and Medvedev, and I'm going to have Medvedev.
Norrie. Oh,
setting up a Medvedev versus...
He's so good in the US.
Musetti. He is.
Not good enough.
I've done a year.
Oh,
I led you all up. I've just got your hopes up to let you down.
That's sad. I was up the garden path a little bit there. I was on the Norrie steam train and it got derailed there.
Norrie Mound.
That's... Right. Anyway, I still remember at Wimbledon when we were reading those ones out, weren't we? And there was that guy just went, Norrie's knob. Just behind us when we were filming. Oh, yeah. Anyway, right. Rublev, he's in on this section. He's looking quite good again, isn't he, old Andre? Since you gave him a little pep talk at the UTS, he said, brought up the fact.
I got in his ear. I motivated him.
You said you got the same birthday as Snoop Dogg. Drop it like it's hot, and he's been hot ever since. So, will he be hot here at Indian Wells? What do you reckon?
Potentially. And I think this little initial section's all right, personally. But let me see the bottom part. I think he would advance at the top. And at the bottom, this is where it gets really exciting. Hachanov, who's playing okay at the moment. A Mensik, who's dangerous. A Tien, a Shelton.
Could have Tien, Shelton.
Poison.
Second round.
I don't know which way to go. I have a feeling it could be a Tien. But I'm going to go Shelton. Because I don't want Tien to win, because it's going to give you too many points.
You can't just go against him just because it's my player.
A little bit like that. I actually have a feeling Tien could beat Shelton, but I think it's so tight that I'd rather Shelton win. So I'm going to have Ben Shelton advancing at the bottom bit, and at the top, you'll have to go up.
Okay, no problem.
At the top, it was Rublev. So a Shelton Rublev on this side for me.
Yeah, he did make the semi-finals, Rublev, in 2022. So he proved he can do well here. I think that he is in good form. Nakashima's been playing pretty well, but I don't think it'll be enough. I think Rublev will take that whole section, even if Tien. I'm going to have Tien Rublev will be the match, but Rublev will win, and he will face whoever's on the other side. We've got Fritz in this section as well. Wow, another former champion.
I think, for the record, then, if you're going to do that, I think Shelton's going to beat Rublev.
Wow, big call. So we got Draper here as well. Look, Draper, and look at
this is exciting. This is the best. This is the best little quarter we've seen so far.
Fonseca.
Draper, Fernley, Fonseca, Brooksby, and Felix all in one little bit.
A question I'm posing to you is: does Fonseca ruin every Brit's dreams by killing off Fernley, then killing off Draper, one after the other?
No, he doesn't. I don't think Fonseca's going to have an amazing event. I think he's going to struggle to go from the clay courts and a bit of burnout and the hype around him. Everyone's speaking about him. We saw what he did in Rio. He bottled it. He crumbled with the nerves. Let's be honest. There's a great player in there, but he's not going to be at this level winning week in, week out. It's going to be a bit stop-start. He's going to go on and do some amazing things, win some big events, and he's going to lose some. This could be one of the ones he hits and he wins. He could win Indian Wells. But my prediction is I think he's not going to do very well on this one. But who knows? He is a wild card, crazy player right now. One of the futures of the sport. And anything's possible when you've got that amount of talent. His talent is limitless. And he's going to be a very, very dangerous player. And for me, I think it's not going to work for him this year. I think he'll beat Fernley, lose to Draper. We'll have a Draper-Felix match. And Draper is going to advance and beat Felix.
Yeah, I think that he's going to beat. I think he's going to beat Fernley as well. I think the power that he has is more than what Fernley is used to. But I do think, like you said, the experience that Draper has now.
Does Kyrgios not have that same power? He lost to Fernley.
He just has no fitness, though. It's just you can't.
Or
just
wrist.
You can't. You just go. Yeah, that helps. Got to have a wrist to be able to play tennis. I just don't think he has the fitness, Kyrgios. Fonseca definitely has power and fitness and youth, exuberance. But Draper, he's getting better all the time. I think that could be a very exciting match. I want to see Fonseca versus Draper. That would be a big popcorn match in the second round. We got Felix in this section as well, and that's very exciting. He could quite easily take this entire section.
Nah.
He's in very good form.
Do you have him doing that then?
I think he could. Yeah, I really do.
So Felix winning this quarter?
I think Felix will win this side of it. Yeah, I'm going to go for Felix to beat Draper and to beat Taylor Fritz as well.
Wow. So Felix playing Rublev on your other side, right?
Yes, Felix Rublev.
I'm not going to go... I kind of already know who I'm having winning this whole section.
Jackie Boy? No.
It's not Jack Draper. It's going to be that photo right there. I think Taylor Fritz is going to do very well at this year's event.
Love Taylor Fritz.
I know. Well, I've got him. You don't even have him in your top 10, I don't think, do you?
Always.
He's not even in your top 10.
How much is he paying you to keep on putting him through these brackets?
Taylor Fritz is going to win that whole side and beat Draper for me. And then on the other side, who is it right at the bottom I've got? Shelton. He's going to beat Shelton too. So I'm going to have Fritz versus Shelton and Fritz beating Shelton.
And I'm going to have Rublev beating Felix. It'd be 3 sets.
Okay.
Right. And now on to the big one. There we go. Djokovic, Alcaraz, quarter, loaded. Here he is at the top, number 6, Djokovic. And he'll play either Kyrgios. Who was the other player he might play? I can't remember who the qualifier was now. I'll have a look. Bear with me.
I don't remember either. But regardless of that, means nothing. It means nothing. Djokovic beats either of them comfortably. Ooh. Kyrgios could pull out. I think he's injured at the moment. He's struggling with his wrist. He's a big doubt to even play. So Van der Zandschulp most likely will win that one. And then Djokovic it'll be easy, I think. The real challenge will come if Fokina hits great form, because I think Fokina has the ability to beat Djokovic. He's beaten Djokovic before. He's a great player on his day, but the pressure could get to him slightly. He's in good form, like you say, get into that final. Francisco Sunda also not in bad form, but playing on the clay. Is he going to be able to transition? He's a good hard court player. I have a really strong feeling, and it's sad, really, that we're not going to see Djokovic Alcaraz. They're in the same bit, but we're not going to see that matchup. And I believe that Cerundolo is going to knock out Novak Djokovic here.
Oh, no. I sincerely hope not. Looking down in this other part of Djokovic's section, we've got Alex de Minaur down there as well, and we've got Hubie Hurkacz. So there's some really good players in Djokovic's just mini section, really. Players you wouldn't want to come up against.
It's got to be a de Minaur Hurkacz match, looking at them other players there.
Yeah.
So there you go, though. He's been pretty good. Let's not forget.
He can turn it on.
Good start to the year he's had. But I'm going to be having de Minaur winning the bottom bit. So I'm going to have a de Minaur Cerundolo and then de Minaur beating Cerundolo.
Yeah, I would have de Minaur from this bottom section. I don't think Hurkacz has been quite as good as normal. And I will have Djokovic from the top on that side.
Does de Minaur beat Djokovic?
I don't think he has that in him yet. I think he was building towards it. I think he might be able to get a set now, but I don't.
Of course he can.
But I just don't. You saw what happened.
He's a top 10 player.
You saw what happened against Cilic. This is Djokovic. There's levels. If the fact Djokovic was able to beat Alcaraz while injured, I think he could beat de Minaur. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You've got to really weigh it up, haven't you? Like levels in this game. I'm hoping that de Minaur gets better and better. And maybe next year, maybe the year after, we're going to see him really, really like pushing the top 5. But at the moment, there's still a bit of a gap. Alcaraz section now. And Dimitrov. Ooh. So where should we start? Alcaraz down the bottom. He's got Quentin Alice potentially in the second round.
No. Carreño Busta, most likely, in the second round. So Busta is that qualifier, playing Quentin Alice. Just won 2 challenges, looking good. So we could have an all-Spanish affair in the second round. Busta versus Alcaraz. Not a good draw for Alcaraz, facing such a in-form qualifier like Busta. But he should have too much for him. The Shapo match could be interesting if he's to play Shapo. Shapo, I reckon, has a chance of taking a set, but I don't see him winning. And I'll have Alcaraz winning the bottom. But some good matches there, though.
Yeah, I really hope we get the Shapo match, to be honest. I think Shapo is one of the only players who probably doesn't really fear any other tennis player when he plays. I mean, he just sort of plays his game. If it's going well, you get a really good performance. If it's going badly, then he can just pretty much get thrashed by anybody. At the moment, he's playing well. That would be an exciting match. We've seen how well he's done against Rafa in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be very entertaining. I expect to get that match as well. Alcaraz, Shapo, and on the top, Monfils, maybe? Could he make another run? Gael? I actually think that he could. I think Gael Monfils may make a little run at this top. We'll get Dimitrov versus Monfils, I think, in this top section. But I think we're going to end up getting the Alcaraz Dimitrov. I think it has to be those two.
I agree a lot with what you're saying, but I'm going even further with Monfils. I think really? Monfils then beats Dimitrov, and it's going to be a Monfils Alcaraz match. I have a feeling we're going to see Monfils play some good matches. He's playing great.
I don't know if I want to see Monfils versus Alcaraz. I don't know.
Well, it will just be like a walking by for Alcaraz.
He doesn't believe that he can beat him, even though he did beat him. He doesn't think he's good enough.
He said he got lucky.
He said Alcaraz has had an off day. No, have more belief.
He did
probably have a little bit of an off day, but still, just own that win. So I'm going to be having. I mean, it speaks for itself. Alcaraz will, for me, win this match, and unfortunately for Djokovic, I don't think he's going to be able to beat Alcaraz on this surface. I think Alcaraz will win this.
So you're predicting the Alcaraz Djokovic match?
Yes, I definitely want that match.
I think we'll get Alcaraz de Minaur, and we know that's going to happen. Yeah. Alcaraz will beat him.
Yeah, I think it will. I think Alcaraz, this is the perfect service to get the revenge for Australia for sure. And it'll be a full power Carlos Alcaraz. I know there's probably some Djokovic fans out there going, come on, look what he did to him in Australia. You're always doubting Djokovic these days. He's won this tournament back-to-back times. The court can't be that much quicker. And Alcaraz can adjust so quickly. He's got such agility. But who knows? It might not even be Alcaraz. It might be Chapo.
So who do you have at the bottom? Let's do the semi-finals. So I've got Alcaraz versus Fritz, I believe.
Alcaraz versus Rublev.
So is that go back an image just to remind me?
Okay, sorry.
Is it definitely the Fritz one?
Yep.
Yeah. So I've got Alcaraz Fritz. You've got Alcaraz Rublev. Which way are you going to go? Who's going to make the final there?
Definitely Alcaraz.
Not for me. I'm having Alcaraz lose. I think Taylor Fritz is going to beat Alcaraz in the semi-final and go to the final. I'm having Fritz in the final. I don't know why you're laughing. It's definitely possible. It's not that crazy.
I'm going to be checking some of those bank transfers coming in. One from Taylor Fritz just came in just now. Just saw it.
It's actually Morgan Riddle.
Oh, there's a TikTok. And on the other section, who did we have on this one?
We never did it. We never did the final thing. So I had Medvedev versus who's right at the bottom? Was it Musetti?
You had Musetti.
Musetti. Yeah. And I'm gonna have Medvedev beating Musetti.
Yeah, Medvedev to beat Casper Ruud for me. And then the final one we have. Did anybody have Zverev? Did you have Zverev?
No, I had Berrettini versus Mahat.
No, I thought you did.
Go up.
I thought you did.
No, I did. I had Berrettini Zverev. You're right.
Yeah, and I've got Tsitsipas versus Mahat. And I'm going Tsitsipas.
I'm having Berrettini beat Zverev.
So Berrettini into the semis, flying that flag, and he's going to be up against. So we've got Berrettini, Medvedev. For me, we've got Tsitsipas, Medvedev. I mean, that one is the one you don't want to miss. Come on, there'll be another dance off. And then we've got Rublev, Alcaraz, or Fritz versus. Was your one Fritz versus Alcaraz? Getting lost.
I've already done that, Ben. We're into the final.
So we're in the final. So you've got Fritz versus.
Well, you're not letting me done it. You've already skipped past it. I've got Medvedev Berrettini, and I'm going to have Medvedev beating Berrettini. So I've got Fritz Medvedev final.
Let's get into the final again, Medvedev.
Yep.
I'm in a tricky situation now. Tsitsipas has got all the way to the semi-finals.
Who's your other finalist?
Alcaraz.
Okay, so Alcaraz.
I think it's going to be Tsitsipas. I'm going to go Tsitsipas versus Alcaraz final. Recency bias, Ben.
So who does Tsitsipas beat?
Medvedev.
No chance. No chance.
On the slow.
You're getting far too excited about
this. There's a racket smash. He just moans. He hits the net. There's all sorts.
Who's going to win, Ben? Put us out of our misery and say Alcaraz.
It's the 3-peat. It's got to be that main man. I'll put his picture on the screen. There he is. Carlitos.
Yeah, I mean, he's the favourite. I can understand why you'd do it. He's got a good chance to win this event. For me, Medvedev Fritz is not going to be the most popular one. I do believe we're going to get good tournaments from both of them. But I'm going to go for a bit of a surprise. Do you know what that surprise is going to be?
Well, I think the surprise would probably be Daniil Medvedev.
Agreed. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I think that is more of a surprise than Fritz. I thought you was going to say Fritz's, but no, it is. I think Medvedev's would be more shocking to win than Fritz, and I think that's what's going to happen. So he's come runner-up a few times now in a row. Daniil Medvedev will win. Third time, 2 finals. Now he's winning the next one, and Daniil will be lifting the trophy and the 5th Grand Slam.
Any wild card picks for this tournament?
Fonseca. If he's in there, he is the wild card on any event possible because he has the ability to beat anyone on his day. An in-form Fonseca wipes the floor with everyone. Is he going to be in form? I'm not predicting this to be a fire tournament, but he's got one in him when he wants to.
And we've got Tien in America. If he can get past his first round, and then Shelton, who knows? So I've got to stick with Lerner Tien. Hopefully he can go for at least further than Fonseca.
I think they're both good ones. Tien's good
Yeah.
too. I think it was a good pick in the end, the way it's panned out. I don't think you realised how good he actually was. Fonseca was a bit more of a known entity, but Lerner Tien, you didn't realise he was that good. But you know what? I'm going to give you credit. Well done, Ben. That was a good pick because he is a good player. But thank you everyone for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and let us know who do you have winning Indian Wells, and who is your wild card? Who do you want to win? Who has the best chances of winning? Do you agree with any of our logic about the surfaces or anything else? Let us know. And if not, we'll see you very soon for some more news videos, some post-match reactions, and all the other stuff around the tennis action.
See ya.
See you soon.